Hey. Woo! Man, y'all, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast, where we do different topics every week, man, and we out here making sure that we get the word to y'all, man, so we can have a great communication level amongst each other. See, it's a man and woman's world. It ain't just a man's world. It's a team world. Even though Eve was created for the man, we just got to make sure that we making sure Eve is straight too, though. So that's what we talk about tonight: communication, y'all, man. Communication. Because a lot of times we got some of these men who feel like it's that chauvinistic thing to where, oh, you got to listen to me, but then they can't even lead a woman out of a grocery store. Then you got the man who's a submissive man who takes too much from a woman when he's not supposed to, because he wasn't created to be a leader. But we're going to talk about it tonight, man. We're going to make sure that we get all the information to you guys and making sure that we all become on one accord so we can lead this whole community of youth that's coming up underneath us, man, and learn these different types of communication skills so we have the right, proper communication going amongst each other. So, man, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all welcome again. Y'all go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe over there. And we will be starting to cut this YouTube up, crank this YouTube up a little bit stronger for y'all. But, hey, man, y'all know we got the panel. We got the Prince of the South coming in a little later. But right now, we got Mr. Michael and we got Coach KD. Yeah, man, and we got some special guests over here tonight as well. So, man, y'all know what it is. Mike, what you got going on tonight, man, about this topic, man?
What's up, y'all? Welcome, everybody. Hey, communication. It's the perfect subject. You see, communication is the easiest thing in the world, but it's also the most complicated. Because each newborn baby, as soon as it comes out of the womb, can communicate when it's hungry or when you gotta change the diaper. No, that's how simple communication is. But over the years, as we grow, we start communicating with our emotions. And that's a lot of stuff gets lost in translation.
Right.
The simplest things that can be said can become so complicated to the person that's listening. Big part of communication is understanding what's being communicated. It's not just one person speaking, but the person that's listening has to also understand what's being spoken. And that's where a lot of the complications come in and make communication so complicated. So that's a little taste. What you got, KD?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I'm glad to be here. I'm so glad to be here, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's truly wonderful to be in the land of the living. And I'm glad that we are here to give you today communication. Communication is real big over here, man. A two-way street. So you got to listen and you got to speak. You got to have a voice, so that's what I'm going to expound on, having a voice and being able to hear, not only hear, but listen. All right. Yeah. That's where I'm going at with it.
Comprehension. I like that. Because you got some communication, man. People, I think like this right here. Once you learn how to communicate in the right environment, you'll have a lot more to accomplish. You have a lot more things accomplished in your lifestyle because you know all the different types of communication skills. Like we got the correct methods. You got to have the correct methods. You got to have the friendliness, the confidence, the sharing, the feedback. People don't understand when you mirror someone's conversation, that means you're really attentive listening, man. That means you are really there to comprehend instead of to respond. We got to, like Mike said, we didn't got to this age to where now people want to be emotionally attached to their answer. Like that really means something. Just because they try to say with emotion and with their feelings, like that's going to make somebody really want to be a part of their conversation when it's not true. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to be sharing that feedback with that volume, with the correct volume and tone. You got to have empathy. You definitely have to respect the other person's boundaries. You have to make sure that you are that person who is communicating on the correct level to where they can feel like they are appreciated and feel like they are being heard. Because that's the whole part of the communication. It's not just for you to get your point across. I'm gonna say all I gotta say right now. It's like, nah, we don't understand yelling. We don't understand all that old cutting me off. You got to have the right amount of respect. Well, you're gonna have respect, period. But and then you already know I done learned lately in my later years that nonverbal communication sometimes beat saying anything
all the time.
Yeah. See, a lot of people, they feel like they got to say something. I've learned silence
is key.
Best part of communication you can have sometimes. Because a lot of people feel like, well, it's like, no. Calm down. First, let's get the emotions in check first. And then let me hear what you have to say. Let me be real quiet so you can get everything out that you need to get out. Because I don't want to be the one who interrupts you. I don't want you to feel like I'm not hearing you. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we have that respect for the person that we're in front of. But if we don't respect the person, ain't no need to even talking. It's just time y'all might well go and fight.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't recommend that, y'all. I ain't gonna promote violence because I know with violence that $50 bond, it might be $50 bond, but you still got a court cost coming right behind it. So I want y'all to understand. I'll be out here fighting people, man, because y'all can't communicate.
One thing you touched on right there when you was listing those off was that volume and tone. That's big, man. You know, a lot of times people say not what you say, it's how you say it. That's kind of
how you say it.
That's where that.
I love it, man, and that's major, bro. That's real major.
Yeah, and that nonverbal communication. Remember back in the day when you was younger and your mama gave you a look?
That's all.
Hey, like, sit your ass down and shut up.
That's it.
You know what's going to happen. All of that in one look. And
that's what we done got away from, man. And we done got away from that non-verbal communication because now these kids feel like they got a voice because of what the government done said or what society is talking about. And it's like, I live under the old law. Yeah, don't come in mind with that nonsense because you might get bopped. Depends on how I feel that day. You know what I'm saying? I might feel like hitting you in your mouth because you was running it like you was bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. And then, a lot of times, man, we can go back to, like you said, go back to the old school of nonverbal. But you remember, man, when we didn't have a choice but to write a letter, we couldn't even text. You know what I'm saying? If you was in another state, you couldn't pick up a cell phone. If you didn't have long distance charges, if you wasn't able to do the long distance thing, to put the long distance on your phone, you wasn't calling your auntie in Canada.
Okay.
They were charging you for that.
Yep.
So, man, we done came a long way with communication. A lot of people don't understand. We take just these simple words for granted nowadays, man. We take the little things as such as speaking to a level of like so much disrespect, man. What's going on with that?
People don't want to talk no more. They rather send text. And so much get lost in text with all these little abbreviations. Don't even understand what's being.
Wow. Yeah, LOL.
I'm looking at YK. What is it? YK. If you know,
if you know, not.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
And it's like, how can you communicate with somebody when you can't even speak? If you can't speak in normal sentences, and most people can't. You look at some of the posts on Facebook or social media, the way people, when they decide to write something out, how wrong it is, it's like they try to speak in phonetics. It's like, yo, dang, you got to change it up. But they speak it where it's supposed to be.
So you're looking
right
at
on.
verbal, nonverbal, written, and visual.
Yeah.
Man, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it.
So what
But say, brother, I want y'all to I want to bring this up to speed, man, because I have some ladies coming on tonight, and that way we can make this panel even on the playing field as far as communicating. Because everybody, you know, a lot of people feel like, oh, y'all just the man cast, y'all gonna have y'all point of view, women ain't gonna have. I'm always gonna speak on an equal term anyway, because I don't feel like, you know, I'm in this world by myself as a man, even though Eve was created for the man. I'm not just gonna say, hey, you gotta do what I say type of business, because I done lived that life. But we have this first young lady, man, she coming on. She's even written an ebook about the communication, about partnership. She learned this through her first marriage because she had that problem in her first marriage, because communication really is a problem. People don't realize that breakups happen over reneging on the spade game and how you talk to a woman. So bad night, man. I got this wonderful lady, my friend, my dance partner, my home girl from the Carolinas. Let me say that, Miss Jazzy, where you at? Is Miss Jazzy? Did I bring home? Hold on, I think I gotta go back. Oh no, I didn't. Oh shoot, let me go back, Miss Jazzy. I'm coming back to get you. Ah. But yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. She came up with some good information, man, and she did her thing. Miss Jazz, you gotta come back on, baby. You done left. She done left the green room, y'all. But anyway, we gonna get her back on. Tammy Faye, what it do? Mr. Bowser, what's happening, brother? Yeah, we talking about this communication, man, because it's real. But man, when she come back on, we want to really touch on that man and woman communication, making sure we're not disrespecting each other in our words, man. And that's the main thing. That's why I really wanted to bring the women on tonight, because of that, you know. But yeah, man, go ahead, Katie, man. I ain't gonna take the stage.
Yeah, I'm ready for her to come on too, because you know I like that when we get them women point of view, man, because we like to say what we say, but you know, to get another point of view that makes a difference here, you know. But I'm glad she's coming
Definitely. Yeah, but yeah, man, and just to let y'all know the different types. You know what I'm saying? We have so many different. We have. It's a bunch of types of communication, but I listed about 10 of them right there. But then, you know, when everybody knows about assertive conversation, you know what I'm saying? Once we become assertive conversers, I feel like that's when everything works in our favor for the both parties.
Right.
Because we're getting our point across, but at the same time, we're letting the other person get their point across as well.
Right. And that's what communication actually is. Because it's not just a one-sided conversation.
Right.
It's not supposed to be me telling you and you listening, and that's just the end of it. You're supposed to be able to go back and forth. Otherwise, it's not communication.
Right. You got to be an active listener.
But it's actually not. Because a big part of communication is the understanding. And if nobody's understanding what the person is saying, it's nothing being communicated.
Man, tell me about it.
Then when you go from the nonverbal, like the verbal conversation or communication is also considered writing, as well as sign language. But then nonverbal is considered body language. And the body language tells a lot, no matter what's coming out of your mouth. If you watch a person, their facial expressions, the way they're standing, you can tell pretty much what they're saying, even when they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but then you got people like me that can lie with a straight face and you don't know any better.
What's that?
Mr.
Articulate?
Articulate, what's happening, brother?
Highly favored, man. Blessed and highly favored. See, I said no with a straight face. I was in a bunch of fucking class.
Say, man, you out of control, man. You out of control. The manipulative style. That's him. The manipulator.
Yeah, but see, that name was too long for me to put on the screen.
It would give you
always good. Always good, man. But yeah, man, we hold on. I think she came back. Let me see where she at. Miss Jazzy. Okay, here come Miss Jazzy, y'all. We gonna get on here.
Can you hear me?
I gave you an intro. Man, I gave you an intro a while ago. You left the stage.
I heard you, but I promise you I'm having technical difficulty. I can't even show my camera, but I'm here. As long as you can hear me, it don't even matter. That's how we can communicate anyway. Ain't that right?
Okay.
See what I'm talking about? We just want you to be heard. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me show honor where honor is due. First, given unto the Most High. But I see some heavy hitters on the live tonight, so it serves me with great pleasure. I see you, Mr. Articulate. You be dropping some real knowledge and wisdom on the book. And Coach KD, I ain't even gonna talk about why you ain't even return my call unless you got a new phone number. But let me go over here to Mr. Michael Mac Urchin. I'm sure I probably messed it up, but salute to you all. Keith Liddell, I already done put it out in the atmosphere that you're gonna fly all the way from Miami to come to the upstate of South Carolina. So I'm inviting all of you to come through Greer, South Carolina. That's my hometown. That's where I grew up. But that's where the weekend is going down. Keith, y'all gonna model for us. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you know. You know, I've been in the gym.
February 3rd.
Get my buff on.
Yes, let's go. All right, what's going on, guys? What's going on?
Ain't nothing. Hey, glad to have you here. Glad to hear from you. See what you got going on. I didn't know you had an ebook, but I'm here to hear more about it.
Okay, well, let me tell you. So I would say I took an opportunity to write as a part of my healing process. Okay. After I had gone through the process of divorce. Now, that's what my mental health counselor encouraged me to do, and I took her up on it, so I began to write. And so I did a week 1, there's a week 2. It's only 99 cents, y'all. So, I mean, only thing I would encourage you to do is check it out. It's a digital, interactive, every day kind of gives you conversation starters. You know, there's also videos attached to it, right? That it was just fun for me. But realizing as a female that is a talker, you know, I was that kid that got the notes sent home, you talk too much. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You talk too much.
Not you.
Yeah.
Not you.
So the communication guide, let me just put it out there. Y'all can find it on Amazon. There's 3 weeks out there. They're only 99 cents. It's digital. It's going to be fun. Just give me your feedback. I ain't really I need to do a whole series on that myself. But I know we're talking about communication. I mean, what questions
and what's the name of
it? Basically, it's a relationship series, but the name of it is a communication guide. So there's week 1, there's week 2, there's week 3, and I need to drop week 4. So that's maybe I need to look at it and revise it. I don't know. But you know, that background picture, I've got it posted right now on my Facebook page prior to us going live. But one thing that I feel like as a woman though, guys, and I thought about this because I was like, I don't know that men trust women enough to really open up.
Wow.
That's what I hear a lot. That's what I hear a lot.
You hear a lot,
right?
What I've also experienced with men as relates to and communication is that it's 1 or 2 or 3 words. I'm good. I'm all right. Nothing. It's not more of an expressive kind of language. I've experienced.
Because
And
traditionally,
so why do you think that is though, Jack?
Men are depressed. There's men that are really truly depressed. There's men that are really insecure. There's men that's their environment. That's how they grew up.
That's what I was going to say.
I see the upbringing of the difference of men that are communicators and men that are not. And I had to fall back for myself personally and say, okay, now I really understand why you act like that. And then sometimes I look at it like, but you slow for real. Like something wrong with you.
That's cold.
I mean, y'all laughing, but it's for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funny part because it's so true.
But when you look at the bloodline, it makes
Right.
sense.
It makes sense.
Like it's a generational curse. Like who's gonna be the curse breaker?
That's right.
I'm on the line right now with y'all, but prior to getting on with y'all, I was looking at the Republican debate that was on TV. And I was thinking to myself, like, how many people really that look like us looking at the Republican debate right now?
Wow.
Yeah.
But I also said,
That's true.
when the moderators came on to talk about the debate, I was like, oh, there's nobody on there that looks like me. I know I'm the voice. I tell people I'm the voice for the people. I know how to talk well and I know how to communicate, but I think for me personally, my strong personality, it's not what I say, but it's how I say it.
Wow, we were just talking about that volume and tone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Volume and tone. Yeah, volume and tone is going to always.
I got it from my mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you really would know my mama, and then look at my son.
You will understand.
I'm looking at my son, the way he, I call the Boquisha in me, like the Boquisha, the one that's unsaved, unruly, that will cut you and fight you and probably go to jail. The police got me outside the car. That, you know what I'm saying? I don't fight no more at my age. That's what I do. But I'm saying I'm just a girl from the hood. Do good. So communication for me, for the men, I understand that y'all don't trust women. I understand that all experiences are different. Men have been violated in their bodies. And like there are men that really do have feminine tendency and ways. And, a strong, kind of strong-willed-minded person like myself would intimidate men. Like most men would think that I'm really not single. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really accounted for.
Right.
But in my singleness, I have married men that try to holler in my inbox. For real.
I thought you wasn't going to tell nobody.
Listen, it's the lack of communication of obviously what they're not getting at home. It becomes an emotional understand. You hear what I'm telling you?
Go ahead.
You got to be disciplined in your mind and in your body to be able to say no nowadays. Because, I tell people, can I say that? Like, pussy come a dime a dozen. People can go get ass if that's what it's really about.
Come on now. Wow.
But when it comes to the communication, what I've been experiencing
exactly. And that's what I'm glad you spoke on that. Now, Jazz, hold up. Let me elaborate on what you just said about the sex part. Now, a lot of women, they try to use the tool of the sex through this conversation that we have. And they feel like a man is just that desperate because there is some out there that is. And they feel like every man wants sex.
Well,
when that ain't the case.
I know plenty of guys that'll jack they dick and don't worry about getting no pussy as long as they at home with a peace of mind and ain't got to worry about nobody nagging them. And
you hear me?
Okay.
And got
man.
And got toys. All they need is to look at porn or a girl on the video twerking and they can get off on their own. They ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, that's just like some women.
But see, that right there. That's an unstable-minded person as well.
Wait a minute. He done mentioned the rose.
What? I'm new to that one. What it is?
The rose is just the rose.
The rose. Well, that's that woman toy. That's that woman toy.
Wait a minute. What is this?
No. Coach,
we're talking about communication.
Yeah.
Jazz,
you started this.
Communicate to me what it is.
Okay, well, listen. Okay, let me switch gears. Okay, because I do want to say, as a woman, what I feel is most men don't communicate in a way to help us to
understand,
to open up, to express. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Let's go back to what I was saying. See, traditionally, a man is taught, or from what he see, that he don't supposed to express himself. He just willy-nilly, he just go with the flow, and that what he say go. He ain't got, the only thing he got to do is tell you what to do. That's how they come up. But as you go through relationships, you understand that communication works both ways. Like, I could see the difference from when, in the 7 years I've been married, to from when I wasn't, how much I learned through the marriage, how communication is a must, and you got to be able to understand each other.
And then also, there are times when men try to communicate, like seriously, communicate their thoughts and their feelings, but then the woman turns it into a joke. All you got to do is one time, and then the next time the man gonna clam up. That's when you get that. Yeah, I'm all right. Nothing bothering me, and I know that from experience.
But see, that's the wrong woman, though, Mike.
That's true, but it takes one to start that. But if it happens with multiple women, after a while you shut down completely. You don't open up to no one.
Well, no, that's why if you go to a next relationship, you have to heal before you go to the next relationship. See, we don't understand that therapy is very key in our neighborhoods, man. We got to have therapy. A lot of black people feel like therapy is not for us. Oh, that's some white people stuff. That's why white people are more advanced. That's how they know how to manipulate more, because they do the therapy, they do the healing process before they move on to the next relationship. Before they get that next piece in their life, they got to sit down with themselves, by themselves, and for themselves, just so they can get a peace of mind. So how can I attack this next journey of my life? How can I move forward with a peace of mind? See, we never were taught to have a peace of mind. We were just taught to go, 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 go. You got to understand, if you're not sitting around here putting this right here to work for you, how can you make it work for your family? How can you make it work for your spouse? How can you help your woman if you're not right by yourself, man?
Woo! Come on. But still, what I'm saying is, like I always say, it's not us that we're talking about. We're talking about the majority, or the people that ain't.
No, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. See, that's my biggest thing. I'm going to always bring the subject of, I'm talking to me. Because I had to sit down. I realized this chick, I'm telling you, when I was back, brother, probably about 45 years ago, the chick asked me, man, who are you? I could not answer her correctly. I couldn't, because I didn't know who the hell I was.
Come on,
I was Keith, or I was this cool ass dude who know how to dress and who know how to manipulate a woman's mind. Right. That's who I was. Now I can't. I got to be, every time I do something, I got to look in the mirror. Is this justifiable by any means? Would you do this to yourself? It's like asking yourself, say, man, would you date you? Would you let your daughter date you?
That part.
Yep.
If you wouldn't let your daughter date you, why would you think that it's cool to be you?
Absolutely.
So I'm speaking about me, brother. When I talk on this platform, I'm talking to myself sometime. I be trying to check me sometime because I get out of hand. I ain't gonna even lie.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And it's
There it is. Look at Van T. Yeah.
Well, you know, as we're thinking about communication, I was trying to get to this point though for the men of needing to recognize, because I know men do suffer with depression too. I know they do, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, just thinking about, you know, just the warfare of being able to come home alive as a black man.
Right.
You understand? But I think the men overlook the signs and the symptoms when their significant other is in the state of depression and allow them to stay there too long.
Yeah.
You know, if you know she's a talker and she's not talking, something's wrong. If you know she's not getting out of bed, something's wrong. If she's not eating, something's wrong.
If she ain't cooking, something wrong.
You understand? But to be able to acknowledge that though through communication, because sometimes I think the men neglect the women in that state because they just want to let them be, but don't realize, no, we need you to pull us up and out. But it's not what you say, it's gonna be how you say it.
You think it's a guilty conscience why he won't pull her out, why he won't approach her? Is he feeling like it's something he did to get her that way?
I don't know. You know, they say think like a man, but only you would know. And that's why I try to help people to understand. Because trust me, as a networker out here in these streets and get to talking to people and hearing everybody's situationships, it's hard out here on the yard.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's real out here in these streets.
Right.
The struggle is real. Like people need
it's
money,
real in the field.
People need food. Like the uncertainty of the unknown is what keeps people bound. And oftentimes when you're in bondage, you don't speak.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to know.
Yeah.
Like who does the chosen talk
and see that's a lot of men though, Jazzy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Men, just like KD say, we were raised to hold our emotions.
My son just told me that. My son just told me that.
Yeah.
My son just told me that about him. That when he was young and he said that I had to do it, I was like apologizing and, you know, holding back the tears. That he was saying that I used to tell him to go over there and shut up.
Yeah.
Right.
You bet not.
That was
right.
I remember that one.
I know I did that to him. I know I did. I was mama and daddy. You all right? I ain't gonna whoop you, but you're gonna go over there on that wall and be squatted down to where your legs gonna burn. I ain't gotta touch you.
Yeah.
But you know, it got to a point that to hear my son cry out to me in a way and say that how that affected him. And that there were times that even he have experienced in depression to where he felt like nobody even checked on him to ask if he was okay. And I'm thinking to myself, I know that ain't true. I know I've been, you know, and I reaching out. But, you know, at the same time, what we anticipate or expect ain't always what they do. Sometimes it could be false expectations. It could be comparison. But the communication is based on your atmosphere if you're allowed to express yourself or not.
Wow.
And if you're not strong enough within yourself as a spiritual being that you can fight off them, not just one, because when they come back with 7 more friends.
Right.
So
who controls depression? The person who is depressed.
For real.
That's the only person who can control the depression.
You control your destiny. What goes
You control everything about you. Can't nobody make you mad. Can't nobody do nothing that you don't want them to do. Yep. That's what we was misled at as growing up. We were misled through that.
I just took a mental health adult certification training. And I did that because I had already planned to do it, but I wanted to be able to know how to understand that mental illness is real.
Rapid.
It is an epidemic that's consumed our nation of people globally. It don't matter who you are, what you look like, your background, none of that. Welcome to the party, Chantel. Welcome.
Hello. I've been sitting backstage and forgot to click enter studio. I've been sitting here the whole time.
Wow.
Actually, before. It was a pleasure, though. Hello, everyone. You guys were speaking some real spiel. I've been in the audience.
Put that comment back up, Keith.
Let me read this to y'all, and then I'm gonna move out the way and let y'all. I want y'all to understand. It says, "What is mental disorder?" Because I know we're talking about communication, but it affects person thinking, emotional state, and behavior. It disrupts the person's ability to work, to carry out daily activity, to engage in satisfying relationship. These are statistics that 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. are diagnosed with a mental disorder every single year. What about the ones that don't get diagnosed?
Come on,
it affects our communication. I'm gonna move out. I'm here though, but I promise you, it's a lot deeper than what we really be out here thinking and looking and seeing about.
That's it.
I know I can say I've been there and done that. The difference for me would probably be, but I told the people I wasn't going to take the medication, that I would herbally and naturally heal my own self. That's the only difference that I could say.
As you should.
I know when it comes to my bloodline, I said I could be the generational curse breaker on that part.
Come on now.
Oh, I'm going to talk about it. Y'all got me on the show. Y'all didn't think I was going to be on here faking the funk with y'all tonight.
Oh, that's why we invited you. We knew we was gonna get the truth.
One thing we do know right here on the Elite Mancast, one thing we do know, ain't nobody lying.
Right?
Yeah.
Y'all get the communication, guys. Let Chantel shine. I'm here though. If y'all need me, I'm gonna mute out.
All right.
Hello.
So Chantel.
Yes.
Miss Chronic Cards in OKC around here.
Yes.
She communicates every day with the good people of Oklahoma.
I do. I've been communicating all my life. I actually studied. I have a degree in psychology, and my favorite study was human behavior. Now, my definition of communication, and not a lot of people may have thought about it, but it's art. And what I mean by art, it's almost like a duet making music. You have to know when to interject and when to listen. And it has to be articulated on both sides. Because one of the biggest things that I see people do, how in the world are you supposed to listen to somebody talk for 15 minutes straight? And then remember all your answers and responses to that person. That leaves unsolved conversations that should have been had because they didn't ask you 20 questions within that 15 minutes or made 20 comments that you really need to respond to in order for them to understand where you're coming from. So it has to be a give and take. You got to know when to interject, and that other person got to know when to pause for a second to let you respond to that one thing so you can focus on it.
Yeah. That's not effective communication.
Yep.
It's not effective when you do it that way if you're not given time.
Yeah. And we learn that. I believe it's a learned behavior because the only thing we've ever been taught about communication is to listen to our parents, listen to our teachers. So when we're dealing with our equal, our partner, we tend to talk at them like that.
Right.
Whether it's man or woman.
Yep.
So I believe that we should. Go ahead.
Just like you said, talking at them, not to them. But go
Because
ahead.
I mean, that's all we've learned. We only this
Right.
age one time in our life. So
Mm-hmm.
we really don't know that we're like that until we do get our significant other or until we do get a business partner or employees or a business associate to know how to communicate effectively back and forth. No one should have to sit there and listen to one person for 10 minutes.
I'm learning that in my classroom right now.
And it's work. It's work.
Because I can't lecture the whole 45 minutes. I'm in there telling them how to do a problem. I got to get some feedback. I got to see
exactly.
I got to assess them. I have to know what they're thinking on this certain problem. So
everybody has to learn time management, when to interject. But if the person is leading the conversation, you got to know when to pause.
Yeah.
And allow someone to respond to that. I practice that every day in my personal life as well as my business life. So I've seen it become effective because I own a call center.
Right.
And I teach my employees to have those type of conversations with our patients or our business associates, and you get a better outcome, short, sweet, and simple. A person ain't gonna focus if you're not allowing them. If you're asking a person a question and either you skip over and go to another question, or either you answer for them. You ask the person a question and then you answer it for them.
Right.
That makes the person shut down immediately.
Yep.
That makes the
I don't even
person
want to
shut
talk
down
no more.
immediately. Yes,
Yeah,
that does.
yeah.
So that's my personal thought on communication. And I think if we work at it and learn to talk for a few seconds, 20 seconds, let that person interject, that conversation will flow like a music duet.
Yeah.
I like
Come
that.
on, Art.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
Art.
just my perspective.
I like that. Never heard it that way.
Well, thank you. I've been watching it, observing it. So I'm speaking on facts because I practice it every day myself. And I see how communicating with others is so much better. So
yeah,
I'm gonna use it, but
And
I'm gonna
that's-
just say like a dance duet since I like to dance. So
yeah,
let us flow together. Let us flow together.
it gives you that red flag when you start thinking about it in a duet or a quartet or anything musically artistry inclined. You'll catch yourself and you'll be like, oh, let me let that person respond.
Yeah. Wow.
right.
Hey Keith, let me
But
jump in
see,
here real
that's-
quick. I gotta actually
Go ahead, Jazz.
But I jumped in because I was like, oh, I was listening to what Chantel was saying, and so I got this invite at the last minute today. I wanted to jump in and give y'all a whole lot real quick for the time that I had, but I appreciate the love for everybody that's been here. Here's my final thought on communication. When it comes to a two-person communication, I agree with what Chantel said. When you're a voice for the people, it's a different way you address the crowd.
Exactly.
When you're on a short term of what you're doing and what you got to get it, guess what? I gave it to you. If you got time on the platform where you can go back and forth and dialogue, so listen, it ain't what you say, but it's how you say it.
Yes, ma'am. Say it, sister.
When you can give them enough to say, look, I also change lives, bodies, and bank accounts. I'm the plug. At the end of the day,
Come on, plug.
People, what I recognize over this past year, I promise you, what I recognize over this past year is that we as a people, the people that look like me, we really are a majority of having to say that we probably all at some point in life experience a crab in the bucket kind of mentality.
Wow.
But when I look at other ethnicities and with proven track records of success, I've seen them with my own eyes and experienced them come together as a group of people that can apply pressure to a comp plan that pays and they get paid. We the only ones through communication, because what we end up communicating about, because people could get misjudged and misperceived based on the communication of the unknown and the uncertainty. So you can, like, say for example, Chantel don't know me from no other woman in the world that she probably ever met. You can't even see me. So all you can hear is my voice. But then when people see you based on what you've said or done and communicated, whether it's through action, behavior, speed, slowness, whatever, right?
Right.
There's judgment. Right. And the judgment takes us out of even being able to communicate with somebody because, for one, you done prejudge and you don't even know.
Right, right.
That part. Right. Communication is either going to make or break you in this next era.
It sure is. It sure is.
And
I totally agree with you.
What you speak in the atmosphere, what you give energy to. Listen, if you already know it's done passed and gone, don't even give it no more energy. Leave it where it's at. There is power in your tongue as far as communication. I'm a true believer that the words that you speak will determine the outcome of what you receive.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I always say, imagine if what you said, the heavens backed it up just because you said it. What are you saying? Even about yourself. And so
my motto is I won't say nothing I won't repeat. So my communication is that straightforward with people respectfully.
Absolutely. I love you guys. I gotta go, y'all. I love you, Keith. Thanks for the last minute invite.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks, Jan.
I do.
But yeah, that is so true though, man. We have to understand that the power of the tongue is real. But we've already, we didn't grow up that way though. Knowing these things that we're knowing now. Because now we have so many holistic healers. Now we have so many people that's giving us the information on this internet. Right. So I tell people all the time, I'm not on the internet for entertainment anymore. I'm on the internet, either I'm selling a business or I'm giving something that's going to give life to somebody else.
Exactly. Some knowledge, some wisdom to keep other people from having to go through it or make those same mistakes.
Yep.
Right. And that's what, with anybody though, man. But just like we were talking earlier, how Jazz was saying that it's too many depressed men and we don't even know we're depressed. That's the problem. If we sit down,
we don't care. That's just the way I am. That's just the way I am.
Right. And I can really that. That's what I used to say. But until I understood self-development and wanting to change and understanding that my life won't change until I change my life, that's what make the difference. What initiative I'm gonna take to change? And am I afraid of change? No, you can't be afraid of change. You can't be afraid to do something different, especially when it's gonna help you be better.
Hey, change is the only thing in life that's constant.
And not bitter.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Mike. I apologize.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was wanting to ask the question.
Go ahead.
How old were y'all when y'all first realized that you had to change?
39. And that ain't fun. That's the God honest truth. 39.
Articulate. How old were y'all when y'all finally had that self-realization?
When I finally had the realization that
47 years of age.
Bless y'all. Yes. How old were you guys, Mike? Articulate.
I really don't know.
I was today years old.
I knew he was going to say that.
I don't even
I was today years old.
I was going to say you ain't know yet. I thought you was going to say I don't know yet.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Wow. See how powerful that is? So it's up to you guys to teach the sons and the nephews. Don't make a woman wait that long.
That's right. That's right.
But it's not even about the woman.
Huh?
It's not even about the woman waiting that long.
It's about himself.
You shouldn't want to wait that long as a man.
That's it.
I respect
if
that.
you're the head of the household, why would you want to be in denial for that long as the head of a household?
I'm gonna tell you what got me though. Why mine got to 39. I was merely existing. I was merely existing. I didn't care. I didn't have a goal. I didn't have,
a purpose.
Right. So I had goals, but after they failed, I didn't know how to be steadfast and unmovable. That kind of thing. See, that's what I want to give the young man today. That's 13, 14, 15, that's dreaming right now, that want to play Division I football, that want to be a doctor, that want to be a lawyer. When you fail, when you trip up, even if you go to jail, don't stop there.
Right.
Don't stop there because you still got life, and he gives you life. He gives it to you more abundantly.
Second chances. Second, third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance, as many times as you need. Yes. Just don't stop.
But Chantel, let me give it to you like this right here. It's not even a chance. It's not. You're not getting chances. This is part of your journey.
Yeah.
You were supposed to go through that.
Right.
You're connected
so
to
it's
your
not even you getting another chance. Yeah. You're supposed to go through that to learn
what you learn
and get stronger from
that. Right. But I was thinking that,
like
when you first start exercising.
A person either a lesson or a lesson.
You're right. That's Amen. But I was speaking on it more in the context of starting a new habit.
Yeah.
Working out.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get in tune with it, get in the rhythm.
You got to see yourself down the road. Like even with working out, I got to see myself with a 6-pack.
Right on.
If you don't see it,
you can get the 6-pack.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all in mind this
Go ahead, articulate. What you got?
What was it a 6-pack of? Like Coke Zero? Like what?
I'll take a 4-pack. I'm good with a 4-pack. Even a 2-pack, I'll be good. Because I ain't never seen one.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
How are you guys as parents in raising your children with communications? Were you one of those parents that kept it real respectfully? Or were you one of those parents that tried to shield and hide them from the world?
Ooh.
I was the dictator.
And what's that?
Do as I say, don't do as I do.
Do as I say, and not as I do. Get your ass over there and sit down. Don't you say what I say. I don't want to hear that. No, not today, you ain't. Get your ass over there and sit down. That was me.
When I was able to be around them.
Yeah.
When I was doing me, so when I was able to be around them. That's what it was.
My young kids, they got
but
different.
When they asked y'all questions about life, did y'all give it to them straight, or did y'all?
Oh yeah.
Hide it.
Straight raw.
Nah. Nah, I straight raw with my kids. I don't. Yeah, we talk like on the street. Yeah, we talk like niggas on the street.
Because that's what
I got 3 daughters, and my baby girl, I told her, you don't want no, you don't look for one like me. That's when she was getting ready to date.
Right, look for one better.
Yeah, I told her, ask your mom.
My oldest kids, they'll tell you that. Yeah, my oldest daughter, they'll tell you that. Man, the reason I ain't got pregnant is because I done seen my daddy. I said, yep, sure right. Yeah, I got kids the same age. Yeah.
But that's where the serious...
I got a set of kids that 2 months apart. Huh?
I said that's where they say the serious communication starts as they get curious and start asking questions, wondering. Yeah. And that's where you teach them to learn how to listen and interject and have a real conversation.
Yeah.
Conversations are always one-sided because the communication is for us to we're trained to just listen. because that's what we've done all our life, from our parents to our teachers to our employers, whatever. We've always learned to listen.
But the best way
so that's where the dictatorship came in at, though. That's why that's why most parents are dictators, because that's what we were told growing up.
People in general,
be quiet.
Yeah.
Right.
I truly believe the best way to learn, though, is to be able to ask a question, to be interactive with that person. You know, if you got somebody
sounds easy. It sounds easier than it really is.
That's right. So you have to,
because instinct is to jump in there, just like I just did you. Right. Jump in there and respond or react. So that's where you have to master that artistry of learning when to, and I apologize for that, but learning when to, it has to flow back and forth. So both people, everything can be heard. So it looks easy. Most people think it's easy, but they're really being a dictator, talking at someone.
Yeah, I'm definitely the same way. I have to learn that. I have to try to master that, and that affects my marriage. You know, when we're talking, I'm like, you know, I'm the man. What, you know, I gotta. It's challenging because I'm trying to say, look,
and you can still be the man, but hear her. Right. Allow her to speak.
I'm definitely learning that.
Yes.
It's a challenge.
Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. What you were saying earlier, Mike?
I got no idea.
Mike, yeah, you had a bunch to say earlier. I would cut you off, man. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Not a problem. But I swear I don't remember what it was.
Well, I'll get you started back, Mike. But that's where it doesn't take away. It doesn't take away from y'all's manhood to listen to us and to talk with us and not at us. We know y'all the man. We don't want to be men. I don't want to be the king. I don't want to sit on the king's throne. I like being cute and girly in my queen lane. But I just want to be heard because I'm an adult.
Wow.
Right.
That's it.
And that's the biggest thing right there, man. So we must as leaders, as men, let me say this, as men as being leaders, we must be able to explain with the intention that where we know, you know what I'm saying, we have to be intentional about a lot of things. So we got to explain in the intention phases of life, and not the guessing, and not the maybe, not the it could have been. We got to be intentional in everything that we explain to our spouse, our children, our partner, our peers, you know, workers, whatever. We have to have that understanding, but then, like Chantel said, we have to be attentive listeners as well.
Yeah, active listener. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How hard is that for y'all?
Well, no, it's a practice. It's a practice. I can say on my end, it's a practice.
A learned behavior. You got to train yourself. Yeah, you got to learn that
behavior, because with me speaking with people, and say, for instance, you and I are having a conversation. If you lead off with an insult, you automatically lost me. I'm not going to hear anything.
Right. I'm the same way, and I'm a woman. Mm-hmm. So I feel just like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a listener than a talker. So I'm always listening.
Yeah,
because are you?
Anything.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
Why do you do that, Mike? Can I ask you? Why do you do that?
I can tell you.
Understand what somebody else is saying. And when I feel like it's time for me to say something, then I'll say what I got to say.
But that's called lack of communication. Because what if that opposite person of you is needing that dialogue from you right then and there, or more frequently?
But then
because there's men out there, they will sit there and what you want to eat, where you want to go, what you want to do.
That's true. Chantel,
Instead of
it's whatever you
telling
want
her
to do,
to get
whatever you
ready.
want to do, whatever you want to eat. Y'all never have
Instead
any.
of telling her to get ready for the restaurant. We talked
Thank
about that
you.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Say,
I
get
just
yourself
said
together.
Now,
Be ready at 8. I'm coming to get you.
you can't be indecisive, man.
Boy,
That's
I'll be
all.
ready
Nah.
on the curb waiting on you. You ain't even got to pull in the driveway. That's how it makes us feel.
Well, I like that.
Chantel,
I love that person.
When y'all do stuff like that, I swear you get the best from us instantly.
do you follow me on
Right.
Facebook?
Do I follow you on Facebook? No, I need to.
Yeah.
So I can come on there and see what you got going, because I know.
They can attest on my behalf, like, yeah. So good.
Okay.
Hey, why Mike do what he do? Articulate.
The answer for Mike, because what's
Mm-hmm.
wrong? Mike's always been quiet because Mike is like maybe 4'11", and he's always been in abusive relationships. So the women he dated, they would beat him up and tell him to shut up. So that's why I'm
And Mike, you like them big old 6-foot women, don't you? You like them big old 6-foot women. They gonna get you. Because they like you too.
he like to climb
You know
trees.
the actual reason why I'm a listener is like we all got those paradigms. I grew up in a household full of females, and I was so they want to be loud and loud, and I listen. And when I'm ready to say something, I gotta say, and then I walk away.
Okay. So in your adult life, in dealing with women, you see the opposite. You got so much knowledge.
I am.
From all women you grew up with, you should be very communicative to another woman, because you can be understanding, compassionate, because you've heard all these stories from these women. So you should be a really good talker. It's time to stop just listening.
Go ahead, Chantel. Teach us something.
Try something new. I challenge you to try a different approach.
You know, the other when I have something to say, I say it.
No, you gotta force it. Because you might not have nothing to say all the time. No, we ain't trying to hear that.
Chantel, what'd you say? He got the force.
Chantel said you don't brag about that shell.
We said we have to train ourselves. You need to train yourself. When you're normally quiet, you should instinctively start doing something different. Challenge yourself to be different. Do different.
Like Mike, go on Christian Mingle.
You saving all that good knowledge and wisdom and education. Who you saving it for? When you gonna tell it? All this stuff that you done learned all these years.
Oh no!
Autobiography.
See the black. Oh, you know, with that. We'll say, man, the show that he done came back.
Yeah. So what you gonna do with
That's
all
the
that
internet
knowledge
book.
from being around all them women that you done learned? Who you gonna tell it to?
I usually
He didn't even slow down, did he? Chantel, you went out and didn't
I'm
even slow
just
down.
giving you a hard time. I'm just giving you a hard time.
But when somebody ain't trying to hear what I gotta say, then why wait?
But then you picking the wrong people, baby, because a good woman wanna learn from her king. And remember that.
Wouldn't have let you pick that shirt out.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
What'd you say, Alejandro?
So Mike, I said, a good woman wouldn't have picked that shirt for him to wear.
Wow. Don't do that. I tickle it.
But now I see why.
Right. Well, now you can come on here and fly as hell one day. Y'all gonna be like, dang.
He got him.
Yeah, got him. Got it. And look, he told all the audience, the whole audience, all the ladies in the audience know what they need to do to get you. Make you talk and make you fly. Man, you're going to be good to go.
I ain't know I was that Alejandro, I don't really pay attention to. But damn, if you say I get fly, something wrong.
Nah, because you're not that ugly, so you can get a woman.
Oh, yeah, all y'all can get women. Anybody can get a woman. Ugly, fat, small, cute, skinny. It's the personality that attracts people.
It is, and you know why? Because the Bible says that a prostitute is worth nothing but a loaf of bread, but they're not satisfied with $40.
I am not playing with you tonight.
Oh, bring it on.
Say, man, it's time to go, man. We in that food that's a prostitute loaf of bread.
Wow. I feel, oh man, I can imagine. We all need you need to walk around with a body cam one day so we can just see how you act in your life.
I
want to see the type of women you get.
The day in the life of the Prince of the South.
Yeah.
So he think. How do you articulate?
I'm 41.
Oh, you still got milk on your lips.
But it's breast milk.
Okay. You almost there.
Yeah.
Well, y'all
This tonight was fun. I hadn't seen you guys. I've been working and working.
Man. I loved it. Yeah. We really do appreciate you tuning in, joining us tonight, because we know you have something to say.
Is that a good thing?
So I tell you what, give us your final.
My final would just be to think before we speak.
Okay.
I like that.
Nice.
Mike, what you got? Come on, Mike.
I would say listen and understand before responding.
Okay.
You still want to listen over there?
I think Mike a dictionary. I don't think you need to listen no more. You got some wisdom to spit, sir. You done listened enough.
I'm done. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm going to listen.
Okay. Look, me too. I'm trying to. I should listen more probably. But Michael, you no longer listen. You got some conversations to be had.
Oh man. Mr. Articulate, what you got for us?
The most important thing in communication is hearing what's not being said.
Hearing what's not being said.
That'll work. Read between the lines.
Coach.
Okay. Coach. I like that. But I'm gonna go out with think before. I like that. Think before you speak. I like that. Reading between the lines and all that. But I think my biggest thing is to hear and listen. One.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna say this right here. I wrote this down. It say, forgive yourself for wrongdoings. Forgive others for not knowing how to handle you in that moment. So if somebody don't know how to communicate, you got to learn how to just be like, you know what? They didn't know how to communicate. They didn't know how to handle me. So I'm going to forgive them for that. And I'm going to forgive myself for getting emotionally involved in the conversation.
Wow. Yeah.
But y'all know, man, it's been a great show, man. I appreciate everybody for coming on tonight and showing up and showing out. We learned that Mike gonna have to get pimp fly and talk more. It's been a wonderful show, man. We love it. We love it, man. Y'all catch us next week. Same that time. Thank y'all, man. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
All right. That was good.